Ladies and gentlemen, if you've been tuning into the Cleetus McFarland YouTube channel over the last week, you know that Cleetus has recently been trying to install a new clutch in Leroy the Savage. After the first attempt, Cleetus incorrectly clearanced his bell housing, causing the hydraulic lines for his clutch to burst. But sadly, after round 2, there were still problems.
Yeah, oh my god. I don't know how well you guys can hear it in that video, but it's really bad.
Faced with the horrible sounds of a screeching, dying clutch, the boys knew they had to take Leroy apart once again. Ladies and gentlemen, grab yourselves a glass of 2% milk. This is about to get interesting.
Hell yeah, brother. You're on the Cleetus McFarland YouTube channel.
Yeah, buddy. Leroy is back on the lift. Time to yank out this clutch and see what we've got going on in there. Obviously, those sounds were pretty horrible. Good news is, I still got my old clutch here. So like I said, we might be piecing together our own little twin disc today. But first things first, we got to get the car in the air, take the wheels and tires off, subframe off, trans out, torque tube out, which all sounds easy, but let me tell you, it's a real pain. And we even got Mr. Spaghetti's here to help, even though he'll probably not help.
I'll just watch.
Probably just watch. But it's going down. Let's do it. Took about 10 minutes. For a subframe, not bad. Alrighty, so we're just under an hour in and we got the trans and diff out, subframe out. It's getting easy, guys. It's getting easy. I've just done it so many times. So we got to yank the torque tube next and the bell housing, which isn't too bad, and then we will see what's going on with that clutch. Everything's looking like normal so far. Faced with an issue right now. The torque tube is actually stuck in the clutch, and normally that slides out, but it's literally stuck. We had a ratchet strap on the back of the torque tube pulling it to the parachute mount, and it still will not come out. It's stuck. I mean, we've been doing this, we've been at that torque tube for an hour now, and it is not budging. So frustrated. I just don't even know what to do with it. So we're gonna take a quick break here and kind of brainstorm some ideas, hopefully be able to get it out.
2 hours later.
Alright guys, so it's been about 2 hours and torque tube is still attached to the car. Cannot get the dang thing out. It's really frustrating, but I'm trying to stay with it. I did in fact just break the bell housing, which is just wonderful. As you can see, there's now a really nice crack there, so that's going to be another couple $100 to get a new bell housing. Now we're just trying to pull the whole bell housing and torque tube as one, We already unbolted the clutch within the bell housing and tried that. There's a disc that is stuck on the torque tube splines. So there's an input shaft for the torque tube and the disc is jammed on there somehow. We have tried everything. Every pry bar in the building has been pulled out, but we cannot get the dang thing off. So hopefully when the bell housing is off, we can get everything pulled down.
Another
2 hours later.
Well, there's your problem. All right, folks. So after fighting the torque tube for about 4 hours, we just got it off. And we broke the bell housing in the process. Cooper was crying for at least how long?
At least the first 60 minutes.
He needs some milk.
Yeah, first hour. I cried for 2 hours. So yeah, bell housing's cracked in 2 places. Gonna have to get a new one of those. But check this out. Here is in fact the issue. Somehow, some way, the splines on the disc got chopped up and jammed onto there. But the thing is, you guys even saw it in the video, when we put the torque tube on, it slid in easy. So we don't really know how this happened. This is just crazy. I mean, literally the splines are destroyed on the disc, and it was probably free spinning on the splines when it was off of there, but damn, it is destroyed now, and that explains why we could never get it off. I mean, when I went to pull it today, I thought it was gonna be easy, and it took 4 hours. This is insane. So finally got it off. Now we're gonna try and get this off the torque tube, and hopefully the torque tube's not destroyed. I mean, man, that is brutal. All right, that looks like it's totally supposed to be like that.
Now we can spray something on there though.
Should we just put it back in the car? So we just broke the rivets off the hub. So as you can see, the splines on the third disc, in fact, were just hanging off the end of the splines because I didn't have long enough splines on my C5 torque tube, and literally the disc wasn't even on there. That's why we couldn't get it off, because it grinded off the very front of there, and then when we went to pull it off, it was just jammed. So we were just fighting ourselves because the teeth were worn down and dulled over. So all along, that noise was not because there was a disc in backwards. It's because, in fact, this disc hub was just riding on barely on some splines. So that was that horrible noise when this thing disengaged and actually pushed into these. So when the clutch was in, imagine this pushing into the splines. That was that noise. No. All right. So guys, I'm gonna tell you a little bit of a learning experience here, live with your boy Cleetus here. If you got a clutch that's working for your car, go ahead and stick with that, because I kind of made the mistake here and I wanted to go all out, so I ordered the triple disc, not verifying whether or not it would properly fit on my base model C5 splines, but you live and you learn. So what we learned from this experience, because we learned a lot, we now know how to remove a torque tube. If all else fails, you just start breaking stuff. That's a pro tip. Good news is I already needed an upgraded bell housing. When you're running in the 8th, you should have an SFI approved bell housing. Let me tell you what, one with big ports in it and stuff, it's really not the safest. But the clutch is obviously a little bit damaged from what we did, but I talked to Steve and he was really cool about it. He was like, send it in, man. It's no problem. And they're going to send back the twin disc, and we're going to switch back to that. So yeah, I mean, this is the 3rd time I've had the car apart this week, and obviously today we faced the biggest challenges with getting the torque tube out, and we damaged some of our stuff, but that is just, seriously, that's all part of what we do. We can't go racing tomorrow. It blows, but it is what it is. We learned a lot, and at least I can share this information with you guys, and you can learn from it too. So at this point, what I'm going to do is cut this hub off. I'm going to get this all off, box it up, and send it back to Monster Clutches. Again, shout out to them for sticking with me through my shenanigans. Hopefully they can fix up the stuff I broke and send it back to me within the week. I'm going to leave the transmission and the torque tube out. I'm going to go ahead and throw the rear subframe back up on the car, just put the wheels on, and we'll have Leroy as a rolling chassis, and I'll just take him home. I really don't want him here just taking up Jeremy's lift space. You know, the guys still work out of here. But I want to thank those of you guys who have watched this video so far. I mean, the last 4 Leroy videos have been these brutal videos, like, oh, the car's broken, oh, now I broke it worse. And it's obviously not the most fun thing to watch, but it's a great learning experience for me and as well as you guys. So thanks for sticking with me. I'm gonna go ahead and put this car back together, make it a rolling chassis, and send those parts off to Monster. So until next time, thanks for watching Do It For Dale. We will see you later.